Okay, so last time the players had visited Clifton, and now they set out towards Centerland. I was going to have a counter in space, but the players seemed, in a word, perturbed by how many encounters they'd already had. So, they made it to Centerland without an issue, and landed in Nagaton, Centerland. As in Town of the Naga, yes. The founder was a Dark Naga with his own plans for the location. The players delivered their letter up towards the Capitol building, which is really just a really tall casino with a couple of administrative buildings on top. On the way, they encounter a rogue. Now, this will take a little bit of explaining to do. This is a setting for another campaign. The campaign is called the Guess campaign, based on the main character named Guess. Which isn't a question, it's his name. Blame my brother. Anyways, so I have to relate this complex setting to the players without too much detail to bog them down, but enough that'll work for them. So this rogue they encounter is a street beggar by trade. Theoretically a war amputee stuck begging for coins on the side of the road. His name is Frack, like the swear from Battlestar Galactica. Because my brothers and I say someone is as adjective as Frack, which led me to this diametric character, who is both rich as Frack and broke as Frack. That is, he has a lot of money, though he portrays that he has none. Or he's as quiet as Frack and as loud as Frack. If the players encounter him more, I'll explain more about his character, but for now I think that'll do. The players give him some money, and he says they probably shouldn't trust everything that the Baronet says. And the players they accept it, but they don't really give much weight to it as they carry on. They go to the Capitol building, enter, walk through the casino, and take a magical lift to the top floor. The magical lift is based off of technology from my brother's campaign, which I'll probably do a review on eventually, where the priest of one order can levitate stone a certain number of times per day. So players go up, the door opens, they're let out into the top floor, sit in an antechamber for a little while. Not because there's any reason to have to make them sit for a while, because it made the Baronet feel more important. The players enter, they find a set of chairs, the proper sizes and number for them. Sitting in front of a large desk with a very nice chair and a large clear glass opening. Very fancy for any D&D setting, I think. As I stated in 2 videos back, this is the New York magic of New York. New York magic, however you want to say it. Okay, a city, the level of New York in technology, but all done with magic. They have televisions, lights, you name it, they got it. Subways, elevators. So, the players deliver the letter, and Baronet Robert, because I had to come up with a name for his ancestor a long time ago, and one of the players suggested Bob. So I went with that, Bob, who is now Robert because he had to change his name because he's lived a long time and had to say there was a series of him. Robert is the Dark Naga, as I just alluded to, but covered with illusionary magic, so it looks like a perfectly normal person. He reads the letter, very somber face. and he recounts to the players what it says. We, the Alliance, are sad that we must deny you your request to set up an Alliance trading post in your city. Though we feel favorably towards its economic setting, we cannot overlook the rampant amount of crime that runs in your city. The Baronet looks downcast and looks at the players. He says, they must be talking about that scum of the earth, Grizzo. His thieves have run the human sector of this city for quite some time and have really made a mess of things. If he could be dealt with, it would be very helpful. The players, of course, intelligently even, don't really want to get involved to a straight-up go out and kill the guy quest. So the Baronet informs them that my local police force is already looking into the matter and have set up a raid. It would really send a good message to the people if a strong religious order like the Jedi were to help in this. So the players understand that, yes, supporting law and order... Good show, if you like procedural cop dramas. And this kind of supporting the law in this kind of place would be a good thing. Just in general, it's good. Supporting law. So they go with it. They meet up with the detective leading the case, Murdoch. Stole the name from the TV series, not ashamed. It's a great name for a detective. So, the players are given the maps, the blueprints of Grizzo's base. It's a 3-story house. It's got a greenhouse, a kitchen, a lot of bedrooms, a nice office on the top floor. The players set out their plan of attack. They're going to have Fryn and Peter go in the second story on the back, have the other players storm the front, and have Daenes, whose player wasn't there that session, stand guard at the kitchen door. After a while of planning, the players set the plan in motion, using additional police force that they're allowed, storm the place. Pretty much a shootout in the foyer ensues. It doesn't go too well until Fryn and Peter sneak up on the guys from behind and beat the crap out of them. Then the players look at the rest of the rooms, find it mostly abandoned, encounter a couple of guys who refuse to leave or surrender. One of them is killed, and while they're searching the top floor rooms, Nishant and Thon, or is it Nishant and Peter? One of the 2 or 3 of them. Nishant and Peter, Thon and Fryn are going together in another room. So, the 2 of them encounter a halfling, long, blonde red hair, looting stuff from the Thieves Guild, saying that she is liberating goods. Players don't mind someone liberating stuff from thieves, so they just let her go. She skips out the window, runs out that way. Altogether, the players enter the final room and find it empty. They look around for a while and see a small cot off to the side, about 2 feet by a foot wide. Approaching closer, they see a small, little gremlin-like thing. Not like the movie. No, hairless, fat, called a Fremlin, if you want to look it up for secondhand. Little wings, immune to non-magical items, pop up from behind the desk. Definitely not what you'd think from a head of a Thieves Guild. He begins to philosophically contend with the players, asking if they're the murder squad of the Baronet, and states that he doesn't believe he'd get a fair trial if he were apprehended. So he tries to run for it, has guards break in from closets and bathrooms in his room. They try to attack the players. Players down them in a single round. Catch up to Grizzo, arrest him, and take him back to the police. The entire place has been rounded out. Only like 2 or 3 people aside from what the players had to kill upstairs were killed by the police force. Daenes took down one guy, just subduing him, who tried to escape through the side door. So the players carry on, and before giving Grizzo to the local police, ask if they may send a counselor here, a Jedi counselor, to make sure that he is properly dealt with and not killed as Grizzo suggested he would be. The Detective Murdoch sees no problem with this, being lawful good, though he doesn't appreciate being told that that's something players feel about them. He has no problem. A little extra can't hurt because he doesn't think anything's going to be done wrong. The players probably, in doing this, warded off the Baroness' attempt to just outright kill Grizzo, and depending on the outcome of events in the Guess campaign, Grizzo may join Guess's Thieves Guild. When the players admit to Murdoch that they let the halfling escape, he informs them that she is a well-known thief from a different guild, and that she wasn't exactly the target, but they probably shouldn't have let her go. The players nod acceptantly about the possible failure in their actions, and what are you gonna do? Players meet back up with the Tranquil and head back towards Angie's Sigil. That concludes this session. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.